public comments on the proposed application submitted by Caleb Enterprises LLC to rezone the existing lot in the E.M. Elliston addition, otherwise known as 4901 Ohio Park Road, from AR1 single family zoning district to AR6 two family zoning district pursuant to section 12A R6 two family district of the River Oak zoning ordinances 1158/2017 is adopted and is amended. Zoning case PG 2019-0006 RZ. Public hearing is now open.
I can start out a little bit, but both of them are here tonight to talk on their behalf. But this request was submitted on the Lot A, which is the corner lot by Keith Humphrey and Ohio Gardens Road. It has been a legal non-conforming single-family residential lot, zoned R1. Their request is to make it an R6, which is two-family. They realize that under the non-conforming provisions, they cannot expand it. They can go up with it, and the proposal is their duplex will be two-story, one below and one above. Previously, this was an antique shop, and we rezoned it from commercial to single-family some years back. It's primarily been empty or used for storage since, the original non-conforming hasn't been abandoned, so it continues with 2,976 square feet foundation, which they cannot expand outside of. That's why I said that the only way they could do it would be to go up. They're under the current provision, they're not permitted to increase the number of dwelling units. However, if it's rezoned to two-family, they will be allowed to do exactly what two-family zoning is, and that is for two families. On one side is the kind of like apartments is on one side. On the other side is, I believe it's an old single-family house. I don't believe it's rented right now. And then across the street are single-family lots. I did talk to the city attorney about spot zoning because of two-family versus one-family, and she told me that it was not because it is residential use. So therefore, we received no opposition on this request. I do have a copy of the plans here tonight. Does anybody in the audience want to see a copy of the plans?
Mark, my question, did that go PD on that?
Did that go PD?
Could it be PD that way council has total control of saying it?
I think on a lot that's small, it's going to be hard to do. PD, but I guess it could.
I thought it was to it, and PD would be more restrictive, so it would have to be reloaded.
Well, with the plans he has is about the only application I could see that physically could fit in.
PD is supposed to be developed with what's it?
And it has to be a developer request.
It can't be negotiated.
I guess the reason I bring that up is multifamily's been a tough issue with the city for years, and we're not wanting to see that expand out through a neighborhood with single family homes.
But it wouldn't do that with the one lot, right?
Yeah, I know, but what about the next one and the next one?
The change from commercial building to residential, I think this is perfect. Example, but I make it fit in that neighborhood. You're still, large in the building, residential.
So
It's kind of transitional between one business uses and
You're taking the commercial part out of it, making it a residential, which it is zoned residential now. And my issue was, they got the parking situation, looks like worked out here.
Yes, and he can explain it better, I think, than I can, but it's actually going to have a garage on the down floor on each side. On one side will be the living area, and then on the other side, above that one, when they're flip-flop, it will be, upstairs will be the unit for the living.
And then their room in the back, part additional. Seems like behind the building, looks like this.
There is space for it, but I didn't intend to make it parking. I intended to make it green space yard. You know, the driveway coming off Keith Humphreys and just curve into it.
Can you give your name for the record?
Gary Ballou.
I was gonna ask you to come up here, but I think we can hear you.
Okay.
Thank you.
But, sir, the one in the back on Keith Humphrey, you're gonna swing the driveway into that back, right?
Yes, sir.
If somebody's parked in front of their garage at that apartment though, that's not a whole lot of room to back out.
About 40 feet, or 39. It's actually 39 feet. So, I think that's plenty.
How much outside the garage, Ohio Garden?
They said 26 feet on
26 feet.
Yes, sir. And really, that's from the sidewalk to the street, and the sidewalk's probably 3 feet, so it's gonna be a little bit more than that.
Well, to what the mayor said, I would agree that I would not support any expanded duplex zoning in that area, but I do think that this is it's a good, like you said, transition.
What's there and what's been there forever, I don't disagree with it, you know, I support that, but I would not support expanding it out through the neighborhood.
I agree with that, yeah. I think this, for taking a building that's kind of unique, that's always really kind of been commercial, kind of back in the neighborhood anyway, I think this is a very good, use of that, so.
I mean, it's pretty nice what y'all.
He's out right there. I seen it last night.
Oh, this would be the front and the back, so that's what you'd see on Ohio Garden, correct?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Looking south from that north side.
my only concern is parking and if sidewalks go in, they won't be able to park out front.
He's saying to include the three.
So you've got an existing sidewalk next to the building.
Damn it.
Well, I haven't seen many sidewalks go in our city over the years, so I don't know if that's an issue.
The school had made a statement that we're trying to get sidewalks a mile from each school.
The P and Z did vote 5-0 to recommend the correct one. Yes, thank you.
Any other comments in this public hearing? Hearing none, this public hearing is now closed. Item number 8, action for public hearing, consider approval of ordinance 1251-2019, rezoning Lot A in the E.M. Elliston addition, otherwise known as 4901 Ohio Garden Road.
Move that we approve the ordinance number 1251-2019, rezoning 4901 Ohio Garden from R1 to R6, zoning case PZ 29-0006 RZ.
Have a motion second. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. We appreciate it. Okay. Item number 9, public hearing in order to receive citizen comments on the application for a specific use permit pursuant to section 23A of the Riverwell zoning ordinance as amending regarding erecting a telecommunication tower on Casper Independent School property located at 315 Churchill Road in a CF Community Facility Zoning District, zoning case PZ SUP 2019-0007. Public hearing is now open. As y'all are aware, Castleberry applied and got a grant to install internet that would cover the district for the students that would be very restrictive. And so far, they have 2 towers up, which covers about 2/3 of the district, which is Joy James and Castleberry Elementary. Have about 3,700 students, I think, if I remember right, that will be able to be on internet. Very restricted. And when this first come up, there was some opposition, and I said, while I was raising my grandkids, I wished it'd been available. Because at home, I have to give them access to the whole thing. They're limited access, so parents can control basically what they're on the internet with. And it's I think, one of the greatest things. I know when this came about a couple of years ago, to be the only school district in the state that was